지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Guys such as Super Reality and Hero, but hasn't been able to clean that up.
Well, Maru is on 3-3. Doesn't have an away win yet. This isn't an away map either. And he already lost to Zest. He's going to have to see if he can beat him this time. This time it's on his home map. Last time it was on Dust Towers. That was Zest's map choice. And he died to the pressure. On King Stage on Station, I think we're going to see Maru go for aggressive Widow Mine drops like he normally does on this map. And this game may simply be decided by that early game pressure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's probably what's going to come down here, and it's going to be up to Zest to essentially hold it off. Unfortunately for Maru, Zest is definitely one of the best at holding off this kind of aggression, and he's probably thinking the same thing we are. Just being like, okay, just be careful against this guy. He has the, he tends to go for that kind of aggression early on in the game, especially on a map like this. You can easily drop it in the natural. It's really close by air.
Yep, two-player map, lots of aggression possible. And Zest, a player who on this map in the past has shown a lot of proxies.
Well, guys, we're going to jump into game number 19, Maru versus Zest, the rematch. Here we are on Dusk Towers, or not Dusk Towers, oh my god. I'm like, now this is how we know that we're getting later on in the night. I'm just like saying Dusk Towers. Oh man. Well, it's King Stage Station, that was Maru.
Yep, and his opponent, of course, is Zest. But yeah, I mean, we have so many Dusk Tower games that I don't blame you for your mistake. I'd never blame you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for not holding me to a higher standard.
I won't hold you accountable for these the amount of casting you and I have already done, and we're just barely scratching the halfway point.
Well, we're getting close. We have less games here in the second half, so
by one.
Yeah, by one. Well, by two. 16 games compared to 14.
All right, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like not good at math. I actually.
It's fine. I don't blame you. I won't hold you accountable.
I met Keller in Stockholm, and I told him he'd be proud of me because I've been doing better with my group stuff ever since he was gone. Like I started to get it together because I relied on him before, but then I had to do this with you, and you also now get it. So like we're both on fire with this normally, but in this case, I miscalculated the number of games we have left. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm doing much better.
You're getting there.
Those of you who used to watch me cast the up and downs, you'd see like me be like, no, I'm pretty sure he needs to win the next 2 games, and he gets out no matter what. And Keller really gives me a look of like he's already out of the group, like he can't even, or he's already lost, he can't get out no matter what. Like he has a face palm, and I'm like, yeah, what he said, I was totally wrong. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. You guys have reunited on the Heroes front. I assume that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
to get back together with
actually, it was a great pleasure working with Keller again. And definitely, we did it already once at IEM and then at DreamHack, and we'll probably be working together in the future for Heroes stuff. So if you miss the Wolf Door duo, it still happens sometimes at overseas events. But back to StarCraft here. We are going to see Maru go for that Widow Mine aggression, as we both predicted. The question is, how effective will it be? How is Zest going to respond? Getting his Mothership Core out already. Going to probably be dropping a pylon down at that natural at any moment.
Yep. Needs the pylons in position to make sure he can defend against this. And is going to go for the Robo into the Twilight, no doubt. It's kind of just the build nowadays. It can go into many different directions. What? Not no. Yes. Jim Heso is saying rain fighting, and that he didn't throw out whatever pin that was.
Yep, I guess it might have been Rain's pin. His pin was the jar. It was the jar that said fun. It was like fun, yes or no. That was Rain's pin, because it was like he either plays like really, like he either like sometimes would occasionally cheese, but sometimes he would just play like super safe macro games. So it's like whether Rain's games are going to be fun or not. And we call him the Archangel Pros because he was like the beacon of macro and hope for all pros players because he like never cheesed. but every now and then he would. So the pin was like ajar. Supposed to be like good Jim or something like that, but it was like yes or no. And so I guess that's why he was like yes, because it's fun because he's casting. I went really deep on that, but I think that's what that sign was supposed to be alluding towards.
Something like that. We do have this Widow Mine drop coming in here. Zest, one of the best at taking as little damage as possible. But the Hellions, they are coming in. He does have some Stalkers in position, already 5 of them. But he does need to take out these Hellions to take minimal damage here.
Okay, well, he's fighting against the Marines instead. The Hellion does line up a few probe shots there. A few more would have done more kills in total, but pretty solid defense. This Widow Mine here, he's trying to kill it with the... Oh! So close there. But that was really well done. As you mentioned, one of the best at defending this. He had his Stalkers waiting for the medevac. He knew the path it was going to take. He's trying to intercept this Liberator. Just a bit too slow. But you know what? He could actually just pull probes away here and continue with his attack, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Maru needs to set up a bunker. He's trying to get a siege tank up. There's the bunker.
There's not much here from Maru. I mean, everything is across the map. He's got 4 Marines, and that's not going to do a great job against this many Stalkers.
Bunker's not finished yet. He's going to target it down, and down it goes. No cancel either. This might just simply be game.
And he's got the Warp Prism, too, so he can just warp in 3 at a time. And there's not much that Maru can do about it. He can deny mining all he wants, but he's losing his main.
Well, he also doesn't have mining at home either, on one of his bases. Whereas Zest will always be able to mine from one, but he has this better army. Nice scan here. It's going to take away some vision. From here, he might be able to get in on top of that siege tank using the Warp Prism as well. Good tank-back micro here from Maru.
Oh, look at
he's
this.
just microing using the Warp Prism. He doesn't have Blink, but he basically does, essentially having Blink with these Stalkers.
Yeah, you don't need Blink. Just use the Warp Prism.
No,
easy peasy.
It's less pinpointed, but it doesn't have a cooldown. So
yeah. And Zest, meanwhile, is still having trouble back at his base dealing with this Liberator. He will eventually clean it up now.
Yeah, finding the right angle here. Maru a little bit late on the unsiege, but this is a win overall for Zest because he has 2 mining bases now. They could split his probes between the 2. He's in the killer reactor. His pressure isn't going to end, really. Well, I guess it is going to end here. I was going to say really until Maru pushes down. And he's going to allow that and move away. The scary thing about doing pressure like this is when you know there's medevacs out, even though you can technically stay here basically forever, with all your Stalkers and keep doing damage. If the medevac full of Marines comes out and you're not ready for it, then you could lose a lot of probes at home. So just going to keep a minimal amount of Stalkers here. Instead of sending them home, though, he's going to continue to drop with them here into the main base, doing an Adept Warp in as well. Siege tank being repositioned. And he can't get on top of that. It's too far away. Too many Marines to buffer.
Meanwhile, at the front, he's going to get underneath the Liberator and a tank. Oh, man.
This is just starting to snowball.
Yeah. He's doing so much damage with this, denying so much mining time. Now that he's retaken his main, too, he can tech into Twilight.
All these mules just got dropped into the harass. He thought he was going to leave with that prism, but he did not.
Zest doesn't leave, man.
And actually, he can just warp in more depths of the main and win the game, I think. He's going to kill this orbital.
He's going to commit to it. Yeah, one more hit, and there it goes.
There you go. He's got a Dark Shrine at home, just, I guess, in case Maru decides to all in. He could defend with it.
There's the god himself.
Did you see the girl who was doing next level camera hiding through the reflection in that?
No, I missed that.
That was super next level.
She was so hidden that I didn't see her at all.
I guess sometimes that happens. If you cover your face, people just become invisible. It's like the ostrich in the sand,
Mm-hmm. I actually don't know what the ostrich in the sand is.
Sorry. So ostriches.
I'm just like,
When they sense danger, they'll bury their heads in the sand. Well, they're still very much visible, so it's not actually helpful at all.
Wow.
But it's a thing that they do.
Interesting.
Well, it's like when you hide under the curtain with your feet showing. It's like, okay, I think you can't be seen, but you actually are very obviously there.
Dog hides his face behind the curtain. The rest of his body is outside.
Right.
Well, we got this attack coming across, and it is a lot of units, and he is going all in with a bunch of SCVs too, but just doesn't seem to care.
Well, he has DTs to defend, so he should be totally fine. Like, one scan used here. How many scans can he really use to make this push work? He's going to turret push. It's going to make it harder to defend for sure. But, oh, he's taking already damage from these overcharges. Another DT comes in, going to force another scan.
He's
unless
making
he waits
a missile
for the turret. Yeah.
Oh, man.
DT's one-shot Marines that don't have combat shields, and these Marines don't have combat shields.
I mean, everything, all those tanks, too, are so low. He's trying to repair, but he's about to run out of money. He can't scan anymore because he had to lift his orbital.
Yep. So that should be game. GG. Zest takes it. Dominant performance in this group. He will take his 5th win, putting him on advancement point here.
Yeah, he's getting there, and that was an away win. So Zest sitting at 4 away wins out of the 5 wins that he's taken, which is very impressive.
Yeah, actually insanely impressive. He only has one more away map he can win, and the rest of this...
Yeah, he's won all of the away games that he's played so far, so there you go. He's only had one home map, and he did win that one. I guess he lost on one of the maps that he picked, too, because he lost to Lucera there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he is poised to get out of the group. We expected this, along with Maru. Hero was the question mark, but he still seemed like probably the big favorite. Hero's currently sitting at 3-3. And Maru, with that loss, is at 3-4.
Yep,
so
there he is. Everybody is equal outside of Zest, basically. Everybody has a chance at this point still. Yep. It's really going to get down to the wire here. I mean, we have 11 games left, and every single game is going to matter. Is going to take a big part into this. It's not going to be like one player's 1-6 and still has to play. Just, you know, for, you know, giving the results to his opponents or whatever. But guys, we're going to take another quick break before we get into set 20.